I'm Michael DeWitte, and I spent about 35 years at Sandia Labs as an engineer and mostly as a manager, and did a lot of different boards and things like that. And here I am now, retired and still on boards and still doing a little consulting. Let's see, I was born and raised in St. Charles, Illinois, about 40 miles out of Chicago. When I graduated from high school, I went off to the Air Force Academy and got a bachelor's degree in engineering. And then I was fortunate enough to go right on to the University of Illinois to get a master's degree in engineering. And then later I got an MBA at Anderson here at UNM, and was fortunate enough to go some really neat executive programs at Harvard and Northwestern. So it's really provided me some great insights into education, management, and things like that. My biggest influence is probably three. And it's hard to break out young and middle, but first my dad and my mom. But every day he got up, went to work, provided for the family, and my mom too was great that she was a stay-at-home mom, but she did everything to support the family and help us out. When I went to grad school, one of my professors was Ralph Peck. He's the one that designed the bathtub that the World Trade Center sat in to keep the Hudson out. And he really was an influence on me too, about learning that engineering is great, but you better learn how to communicate, orally and written. That was a very important thing. I think the biggest advice was, no matter what your job is, do the best you can. Know yourself, be true to yourself. And that's very important. And then when you develop a team, build a great team, but trust the team. Next thing, you better have a good value system. My value system is Jesus Christ and the Bible and the Word of God. And lastly, get a great spouse, like I have. I'm really a fan of William Gardner when it comes to helping kids and helping them understand where they want to go. And he did some work called multiple intelligences, and I've modified that a little bit. First thing is, have a discipline. Get a skill set so you can apply it and get a job and add value. That's very important. The next thing is, really understand creativity and innovation. You got to be able to be a good entrepreneur or entrepreneur with developing new ways to do things. The third thing is being able to synthesize. There's so much data and information out there now that we've got to have that ability to synthesize that and add value to it. The next piece of that is ethics. You better be ethical or you're not going to get anywhere. Or if you do, you'll end up somewhere bad. And the other piece is respect for the individual. Again, race, age, gender, what have you. The next one is communication, both oral and written. Make sure you're competent in that area. You ask about the responsibility of business. Well, the business of business is business to start with. But all that means is you have a good, successful company, hire people, create jobs, pay taxes, do that. But after that, you got to reach out. You got to give back to the community where you work and find ways to make a difference for kids. And it can be in education, environment, energy, the economy. Get engaged and do something. Well, my wife and I were best friends in high school, and we didn't date. And then we dated after high school into college and got married, and we have been married 46 wonderful years with 3 kids, great kids, working hard, one in Boston, one in Florida, and one in California. So we're empty nesters in a way, but my wife has really been there for me in every way, and I love her dearly. Well, I thank Junior Achievement tremendously, greatly. I'm humbled by the award. It's really awesome. And Junior Achievement is one of those organizations that does make a difference and will continue to make a difference in this community as they help kids understand business, entrepreneurism, finance, etc. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.